Today on Spirit Outspoken, we're talking about something that has been hugely beneficial in our own parenting: understanding our kids' moon signs. Your child's moon sign can give you a window into their emotional world, what helps them feel safe, how they process their feelings, and what they may need from you when things get hard. We're walking through all 12 moon signs so you can identify your child's and begin trying out new parenting techniques that might just resonate with them on a deeper level. And with that, let's dive in.
All right. Welcome to this week's episode of Spirit Outspoken. So last week, we had this great conversation about the moon and what our moon signs can tell us. And just to recap, that was all about how, exploring our inner world, exploring our emotional temperament can really help us understand more about, our healthy and unhealthy characteristics, what we need to feel emotionally safe. And you guys, parenting hack, Rachel and I have been doing this for our kids. And I don't know why it took us so long to bring this to you, but
Oh my gosh.
isn't it life-changing?
It is life-changing. And this is where I give major props and kudos to you, my friend, because you are the one who thought to do this with our children. And it was a game changer, and we're going to get into all the reasons why today, but it really allows you to start understanding your child in a new and different way and then cater your parenting so it's effective and meaningful to your child, which is so cool. And it's so funny in my own house, and I know it's the same for you. Once I started doing this, it was like, oh my gosh, seeing their response was so cool. Realizing that I'm getting through and I'm connecting. And, similar to the Enneagram, I guess, you come at it always from your own perspective. When you shift and do it in a way that's meaningful to them, it's like you have a totally different outcome, which is so cool.
That's so well said. And that's exactly it, right? And I would say, and I'm sure a lot of parents would feel the same way, is I would handle my kids' emotional tumult, if you will, through the lens that I thought I needed as a child. And layer on top of that my absurd assumption that if I had 3 boys, they would be like each other and different techniques would work for different kids. And I mean, just as recent as last week, I went back and I was like, I really feel like something is off. I'm not really totally reaching my youngest kid. I revisited his moon sign and I implemented some strategies and noticed a change right away. So if you guys are struggling, emotionally connecting or getting through to your kids, which I think is 100% of the parental population, this episode is for you. Okay, so basically what we're going to do is we're just going to talk about why moon signs matter for parenting. But if you listen to last week's episode, it's going to be more of a quick overview. And then I'm going to go through each of the moon signs. So similar to last week, maybe pause the episode, go to any free, astrological tool. You just want to look at birth date, birth city, and birth time. So you may need to go get the birth certificate or another little trick, go into your phone and look at the minute where you have that fresh new little newborn photo. That's another way to do it. And figure out what their specific moon sign is. And then we'll wrap and Rach will kind of talk about this cool thing she does with her kids to kind of embrace the moon.
All right. I love it.
I want to start with a scripture, which I think is kind of cool. So Proverbs 22:6 says, "Train up a child in the way he should go, and when he is old, he will not depart from it." And what's really interesting is when you hear that at face value, that could be oh, you need to make sure you put them on the straight and narrow. You need to put them on the right path. But there's actually been other scholars that say parent that child towards their specific inclination. So parent each child for their individual needs. And the way they should go, or the way he should go, is from the word Derek, D-E-R-E-K. Now, a lot of people view that literally. So I'm not debating that. But there are other scholars like Bruce Waltke. And he's one of the foremost Old Testament Hebrew scholars. And he argues in his Proverbs commentary that Derek here refers to a child's own characteristic way, their natural inclination. Yes, the direction they are already bent. So think of a twig, right? Like if a twig is already naturally bent and like you're trying to like straighten it, it's going to snap in two, right?
Yeah.
So instead, like parent them to their own natural curves and bends. And
I have never heard it said that way, and I love it.
I
I am
know.
so passionate about allowing my kids to be who they are. That was something when our kids were born, Ryan and I had very honest discussions about, I'm not going to push them into certain sports. I'm not going to push them to go to college or not go to college. Like, their life is their own and who they are is their own. And so I absolutely love that, because I truly believe that, you know, if we believe we're all individually made with a purpose and from God, you know, with divine intention, then why would we try to mold them in any other way than who they are? So
it's so true.
That. Yeah.
And also like how Aquarius moon of you, like Aquarius moons are like pre-thinking and we're going to go against the grain and we don't care. You know, I know, it's so good.
Be an artist, be a banker. I don't care.
Blow in the wind. I don't care.
Blow in the wind, honey.
But Bruce Waltke is just one, but Tremper Longman and William Mounce also support the same interpretation. So this isn't like a fringe concept. This is something, and I think it's so cool, right? Because like, yeah, exactly what you said. Like, we're not imposing a standard on our kid. This is like, if we interpret the scripture this way, the instruction is to study them. And like, what better way to do it than through the moon, right? Yeah.
Yes.
So exciting.
I love that.
Everything, doesn't it? And think about it, right? Like, even if we think about the traditional church, everybody has been divinely and uniquely made. Like, that is something that I heard always, right? So the birth chart is almost just like this beautiful illustration of that. Like, and I think that's like the most exciting thing when I like look at everybody's charts. They are all so different. And I crack up when I get a skeptic that's like, oh, like, yeah, this sounds like me. Like I do this at like dinner parties. I can't help myself. Like, I love it when I get, and they're usually guys. Yeah, that sounds like me, but that could be anybody. And I'm like, let me show you your wives. And then they're like, oh, it's so different. Like visually, but also the interpretation of it, right? So yes, everybody's their like unique little snowflake, and we're just here to crack the code.
Do our thing. Yep.
Okay. So as a recap, and I'm not going to spend a lot of time here, especially if you listened to last week, but the reason why we're interested in studying the moon sign of our kids is because it will tell us what makes them feel safe versus what makes them feel threatened, right? And like certain emotional strategies that maybe you were raised with, or maybe like you would like you like space, that could freak out a kid with a different moon sign because that feels like abandonment to them, right? Like, so it's really kind of understanding like the safe versus threatening posture, how they process big feelings, what type of comfort is actually nurturing for them, what parenting approaches will build them up versus shut them down. Like, that's been something that's been really interesting over in my household.
Yeah. Tell me about it.
You know, like explosive little fireworks going off different times of the day. Yeah. And then what their emotional needs are underneath the behavior you're actually seeing. So it's like getting a sneak peek into this inner world that on paper doesn't necessarily make sense.
Yeah.
So the core idea is that, you know, and this is standard to any type of like parenting advice, that when their emotional needs are consistently met, they don't need to act out, or they don't need to push in order to get you to see them. This is helping you naturally see them for who they are from the jump, which I think is cool.
Yes, absolutely.
Okay, are we ready?
I'm so excited for this. I really am. I think this is going to help a lot of people and be meaningful. So let's go.
I agree. Okay, so the Aries moon child, their core need is freedom to feel and move immediately. Okay? Like, do not
whatever's in there comes out.
Yeah. Like, let the bull out of the cage. Like, just do not. Is that the right bull out of the pen?
It totally. It reminds me of at a rodeo. You know, they're just like moving around in there, ready to go. You got to let it out.
Yes. Parent towards acknowledging the emotion fast, then redirecting the energy. Okay. So like
acknowledge
mhm,
and then
redirect. Look
Thank
over
you.
here.
Yeah.
Look at, I just lit
Shiny
myself
thing.
on fire. Did that help?
Look at mommy. Look at mommy.
Look at mommy. Avoid dismissing their intensity. They escalate when they feel unseen. Okay.
That makes
So
sense.
I think it's
Yep.
just like naming the emotion. Like, okay, I see you. You're angry right now. Not being
Yeah.
like, stop being so loud. You're
Yeah.
angry. Yep. That
Yeah.
screaming, that freaking out. I'm getting the message.
Yeah.
Okay. This is what I love. God's design for the Aries moon is
love
courage and conviction, and that their fire becomes boldness for the kingdom.
Oh, it's so beautiful.
It's so beautiful. I love it. I got goosebumps.
Especially because you have an Aries moon.
No, I have an Aries child. That's the most freaking Aries on the planet.
Okay,
But yeah,
ignore
no,
that.
he's this. I feel
But that reminds me of you know who.
I do know who. We'll talk about his moon in a bit. The Taurus moon child, their core need is routine, physical comfort, and predictability. So what you want to parent towards is like slow transitions, okay? This is really funny because I have a Taurus, not a Taurus moon, but I have a Taurus child, and we don't go anywhere fast. We are smelling the roses. We are playing in the dirt. We are bebopping around on our own timetable, okay? We are sitting and having a luxurious meal. We are not doing anything on the go, all right? So, like, I understand this energy. They need calm environments and consistent affection. Like Taurus is like, and I know this energy. Like it's like a lot of like physical touch, right?
Yes, so I say that to my husband all the time. I'm like, you're kind of yes. I'm like, you're kind of like Murphy, the dog. Like he wants to be like pet and touched at all times. He's like a giant. He's my second dog baby thing I have to touch and take care of all the time.
You wouldn't make a good lap dog because your husband's huge, but no, that's hilarious. Okay, so what you want to avoid, so you don't like upset the apple cart for a Taurus moon, sudden changes without warning, because they shut down and dig in.
Mm-hmm.
They will become very stubborn in order to preserve their emotional safety.
Preach.
Okay.
Yep.
Mm-hmm. God's design, steadfastness. They will be the person who never leaves.
Yeah.
I love that.
I just had a aha moment.
What?
One of my core wounds is abandonment, and how amazing that I chose a partner whose characteristic is loyalty.
Oh,
isn't that sweet? Anyway,
that is so sweet.
Okay, I
okay,
love that. Okay, who's next?
The Gemini moon child.
Geminis.
Core need to talk through what they're feeling. Okay. You need a parent towards conversation, questions, explaining the why always. Oh my gosh. So if you have a Gemini moon, like you guys leave us comments, like find out. I'm so curious. Like Rachel is too. Leave us a comment if this is true. Like maybe they're the kid that's like, but why? But why? But why? You know, and it doesn't stop when they're a toddler. Like maybe that just keeps going. Who knows? You want to avoid telling them that they're overthinking because, like, thinking is how they process. Okay.
Yeah.
God's design, communication, and bridge building. They carry complexity and make it accessible. Cool. The Cancer moon child. They need to feel unconditionally loved and emotionally safe at home. I think this is the most like sensitive.
I was going to say tenderhearted.
Moon. Yeah, tenderhearted is a good way to put it. You want to parent towards connection before correction. Okay, so like make sure they see that you see them. You're not mad. We're just slightly, gently moving the twig in a different direction. You want to parent towards rituals and remembering the small things. That's cute.
That is.
You want to avoid calling them too sensitive. This is the wound that follows them into adulthood.
Yeah.
Okay. God's design for the Cancer moon child. Nurturing and intercession. Their sensitivity is the very thing that loves people back to life. I love that.
Oh my God, that resonates. I'm thinking of one of my friends who often thinks of her sensitivity as, well, I don't know if she thinks of it, but since the time she's been a child, like her sense, she has felt like I am too sensitive for others. I feel these big, heavy feelings and I'm too much for people.
Yeah.
And I would love to look at her chart because I will say I feel so, I mean, her heart is like the biggest, best thing about her, And
I know.
so that
It's
just
really,
resonates. It's like her superpower, what other people see as your flaw potentially is actually your greatest gift. Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Like a lot of Cancer energy is more geared towards like clinician or caretakers. Like I cannot tell you how many doctors and nurses and people in that field are Cancers.
Yeah. All
It's
my
nuts.
Friends who are nurses, most of them are Cancers.
I know.
It's yes.
It's
100%.
really interesting because they're drawn to that. They're drawn to helping people.
Yeah. Yep.
And I think that they're okay with, I would say like they're probably very empathetic. So it's almost interesting to think about like them in these caretaker roles, but they're like naturally drawn to it, which I think is cool.
Yeah.
Okay. The Leo moon child. I have a Leo moon child. Okay. Their core need to be genuinely seen and celebrated for who they are, not just what they do. Parent towards real delight, private correction, and protecting their dignity always. Like Leo is the lion, ton of pride, of pride in this sign and this energy. So like emotional vulnerability or being exposed emotionally can really hit at their ego and have them shut down. Avoid withholding affirmation as a control tool. They'll spend their life performing for love.
Oh.
God's design, joy and leadership, they become the ones who make others feel seen.
Oh.
So interesting. This is really interesting because my youngest is a Leo moon. And, that like those like parenting strategies where you're never really supposed to like flatter your kid. You're supposed to, you're not really supposed to avoid being like, great goal in that game. Or like, wow, you got all A's. You're supposed to like help them see how they feel about it. Right. So like, say one of my oldest child has a good hockey game. I'll be like, hey, what did you think of that game? I had so much fun watching you, right? Like I don't make it about the accomplishment because like I am over pivoting like a lunatic because I had such a like performance-based
upbringing.
Yeah, upbringing, but like and my parents are like cool about me like not winning medals. It wasn't about that, but it was like that's how I have been wired to associate love. And I almost feel like I carry that with my youngest. And I realized very, very recently he needs to be showered with love and affection. And I'm not talking about like superficial affection. Like I have just been way more into because he acts out all the time. Like, good thing we had him third because it would have been a one and done situation, I think. But I sort of changed my strategy where like when he gets up in the morning, I will hug him and I will just be like, you are so precious and I love you so much. And I see all the special things that you do every day for people. And I literally just like give him these affirmations from me. And he hugs me and soaks it up. And we were just at the playground. And he was doing the monkey bars. I've never seen the monkey bars. He just like launched into it. And I was like, oh my gosh, like don't fall. And he does this like landing dismount and like lands on his feet. And he looks at me and he goes, was that really good? Was that really good? And I realized like that his inclination is to look for my pride as his mom.
Yes.
And something that I've always associated as like something I shouldn't do. I need to be very deliberate to let that go with him. Like for him to be really seen. It's his accomplishments. It's who he is. It's what he does. It's what he produces in the world, right? Like, it's his essence and aura.
You're like his mirror.
Things. Yes, right? Yes, totally. So
that's really beautiful.
And it's helped. It has helped. It is like immediately brought down the acting out because a Leo moon will do anything for attention. And especially at a younger age, they will even do negative things for attention. So that was just one way that it really helped me. Virgo moon.
Oh,
You got
I
a
got
Virgo
one of
moon child.
these. Yep.
Okay. Core need to feel competent and have their effort noticed. So, what you would want to do is parent toward clear expectations, tasks that they can succeed at, and constructive paths forward.
Yes. You guys, we just got a skylight, one of those skylight things, and she
Oh my
is
gosh.
thriving. She thinks it is the best thing ever. It is like stars and rewards and checklists and bop, 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 bop. I mean, she just thinks it's the best thing in the whole wide world. And she loves to
Isn't that
just,
amazing?
yeah, go on her merry way and do it herself. And, you know, she's, yeah.
I love that. But that's like a perfect example. Like you're embracing what helps her feel emotionally secure. It's like rigor, structure, like task-based, you know.
And I will say, as an Aquarius moon, that is hard for me. I am much more flow and easygoing and, you know, a lot of gray. And so I've had to really learn, and I still am learning how to parent her because it's not my natural inclination to set up, you know, really kind of rigid structure.
Absolutely.
And
you just nailed it on the head. Like this illuminates what we need to do, which feels completely unnatural to us.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. And she's using that thing more than me. But hey, it works and everybody's happy. You know?
No, that's great. You're like, girl, as long as you have your shit together, you let me know what we're doing today.
Exactly. I'm just fine.
We have a skylight and like our kids, unfortunately we don't have the right moon signs for the adequate application of the skylight. Yes. They just take turns putting shit into each other's to-do list, you know, where it'll be like, rub older brother's feet, you know, give so-and-so a wedgie. I'm like, all right. Like, it's not going well.
Not quite what we wanted this for.
Exactly. -2 points for farting. I'm like, all right. What you would want to avoid while emotionally nurturing this child is that there's perfectionism on top of perfectionism happening, right? They already know when they've fallen short. So basically, like, if a child with a Virgo moon has a misstep, they are already like saying 100 times more in their own head than a parent could ever point out. So it's probably way more about like helping them through emotionally that situation than pointing out like, this is what happened and this is why you want to do it differently. Like, has that been your experience?
Yes. And I can just see it. I can see it in her. She carries a lot of pressure. She is very mature. She is very responsible. She is a go-getter. And yeah, I feel like my job as her mom primarily is helping her just to ease up on herself and relax a little bit.
And you're the perfect person to do that with your chart. I think that's great.
Yeah.
I think that's great.
And Ryan can make the structure.
I mean, not necessarily like the perfect child for your like sanity.
Yeah, no. But I'm growing. It's a growth.
Yeah, it's a growing thing, right? We're growing. God's design, faithful service and discernment. They notice and care for what others overlook. Can I tell a cute story about your Virgo moon? So sure. I adore her. Like, I mean, your kids are like my nieces. I'm like obsessed with them.
Likewise.
And I love having them around. And this one in particular, we were on vacation and we go to the beach. And there was like a flag up that was like strong undertow. And she like stopped immediately in her tracks and she was like, I'm really concerned about going down to the beach because like the kids could be swimming and there could be an undertow, especially with your youngest, Jaisa. Like maybe we should plan the beach, but it's like 12 feet, maybe 15, 20 feet back just to be safe. And I literally was like, oh, I was like at the bar getting margaritas. I didn't even see that sign. I'm so glad you gave me a heads up about that.
I can't tell you the number of times that happens where I'm like, oh, well, I'm glad the child is parenting the parent here because that dangerous thing you just saw from 100 feet away, Didn't even see it. Didn't even cross my mind.
Didn't even cross my mind. I know.
Yeah. Thank you, 11-year-olds, for protecting the family. Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
It's just such a natural caretaker. And like all my kids adore her, but there's like this special bond between my youngest and her that I just think is so sweet. Like literally she carries, I mean, he's like half her size now and she like carries him around like a baby.
Like a baby.
You know, like they go down the stairs and I'm like, okay, that's.
He's like, Harper.
It looks like you're. It's like if I were like carrying you down the stairs. Like it looks absurd, but it's so cute. Okay, the Libra moon child. So their core need is fairness and peace in the home. And what you want to parent towards is giving them choices, explaining, reasoning, and never making them the family mediator.
Ooh.
Like, that's really interesting. Like, they are like the peacekeeper, right? Like,
yes.
And like, so you really don't want to put them in the situation where you're like, hey, so-and-so and so-and-so are fighting in the family. Like, can you just like work that out? Or can you continually to sacrifice this to make that happen, right? And it's really tempting to do when you're juggling a lot of personalities, right? So like that's a good reminder.
That is a good one.
What you want to avoid. Oh yeah, I just kind of went down this. Using them to keep the household peace. They'll carry that weight silently and smile through it. God's design for the Libra moon child. Reconciliation and justice. They carry a vision of shalom. Things made right and whole. That's really beautiful. Okay, Scorpio moon. I got a Scorpio moon. This is
intense.
Oh, yeah. Their core need is radical honesty and unshakable loyalty. I like that. Parent toward deep conversation, truth, even when it's hard, and never breaking their confidence. What you want to avoid is lying to protect their feelings. They don't forget, and trust is a long road to rebuild. It's really interesting. God's design for the Scorpio moon. The ones who carry others through darkness without looking for the exit. That's Roman.
That just reminds me of the story you shared last week of meeting up with the other little boy with cancer.
Yes. And he like sought him out, you know? Yeah. And it was funny. So like when I saw that child in a wheelchair, I started crying. And I didn't hide that emotion from Roman. I just kind of let it go. And he's not the kid that I like gloss over things with. I don't say, I'm okay. I just, whatever. He looked at me and I was like, it's just really hard seeing another child like that. And it reminds me of everything that you went through. And he looked at me and he kind of nodded and he came over and like squeezed my hand. And he's not very affectionate, but there is this like unwavering emotional strength from him of just like, you could tell me. You can tell me and I can handle this. So yeah, I remember when he was first diagnosed, I mean, we were total messes. Like Charlie and I would go between like, okay, we got this. Like this will be for our highest good. And God uses all things for good, to like absolutely devastation, sobbing into our hands, you know. And Roman would continually be like, are you crying again? You know, like, what's the big deal? It's just cancer. Like, what are we doing? You know?
Yeah.
It just was just like interesting, like, it's dark shit. Like, we're doing it. You know? And it was just such an interesting take from him. And the thing about him too, like, he really bonds emotionally by talking about weird, heavy, dark stuff. He'll be like, I was driving and he was like, I was driving with an open coffee mug. And he goes, why do people have open coffees? And I was like, oh, well, but they didn't have time to grab a thermos and they just jump in the car. And he was like, no, open coffins. And I was like,
you're like, wow, that got dark real fast.
Yes.
Heavy
100%.
Shit.
And when people pass away, he wants to know if they burned them or buried them. And he says it like very matter of fact, and he wants to know. Like I'm like this is like the energy of like a funeral parlor.
I was
gonna
say maybe he'll be a mortician or somebody who deals with like the really heavy, hard stuff that other people don't want to.
Absolutely, there is something about there is an affinity for like the macabre. How do you pronounce that? Like the darkness of it.
Yeah.
And they're strong there. So anyway. The Scorpio moon, I've had to really learn though for him. And it's like, if you tell him you're going to do something, you better fucking do it.
Yeah.
You know, or you are dead to him. So it's like an interesting
the trust thing is huge, right? Trust.
Huge. You said. And I'm like, okay, I'm doing it. The Sagittarius moon child. Core need, freedom to explore and have big questions taken seriously. I feel like I'm talking to my inner child right now because I have a Sagittarius moon. You need a parent towards curiosity and meaning making in hard moments, engaging with theological questions.
Oh, surprise, surprise.
Surprise, surprise. You want to avoid shutting down their questions. They will find answers somewhere else.
Oh, God. Yes.
Oh, my God. Yep. God's design, resilient faith. They wrestle early so they don't walk away later.
Oh,
crazy. That's cool.
That's really cool.
Okay. Capricorn moon child. Their core need is to have their effort acknowledged and their quiet struggle noticed.
Okay.
So what did we learn last week, right? Like Capricorn moon people,
they're like the checklist, the to-do people, I'm efficient and controlled.
You won't see me struggle.
Yes.
And if you think I'm struggling, I think that that's insulting, right?
Yes. Yeah.
So it's almost like, I like how they put this, like the quiet struggle, like noticing even if they aren't sending you signals that they're struggling, like make room for that. Okay, so you want to parent towards working alongside them, modeling vulnerability.
That's a good tip.
Yep. Respecting their dignity and discipline. What you want to avoid is only praising their competence until they believe that's their only value.
Sure. Like a 3 we were talking about with the Enneagram, like I am my achievements or loved because of what I do, not for who I am. Okay.
Right. Totally.
Okay.
God's design is long obedience. They build things that last and show up when others won't. I love that.
Yeah.
And my Capricorn moon people out there, you know who you are. It's so true. I would be scared of a Capricorn moon child, though. I feel like they would just talk to you when you're an adult. We both have an Aquarius moon child.
We do. I know.
I love this about us. This is what makes me think like we're in the same soul family. Okay. So the Aquarius moon child's core need is to be understood as different and have that celebrated. What you want to parent towards are big ideas, causes to care about, and appealing to their values in discipline. What you want to avoid is forcing conformity. Their individuality is not a problem to be managed. You're doing that so well as an Aquarius moon parent.
Yeah.
You really are.
I am. Yeah.
And now that you got the Virgo moon a skylight, you're crushing it.
Yeah, I know. Who knew? I would have bought it a long time ago.
God's design for the Aquarius moon child is a prophetic voice. They see what could be and refuse to accept injustice as inevitable. I love that.
I do too. I feel that as an Aquarius moon.
Yes. Do you see that in your youngest?
I do. She's very, I do. That's so interesting. I've never really thought about that, but I really do. When it comes to morals and ethics and what's right and what's wrong, she's very much like, like we do the right thing because it's the right thing to do.
Yes.
And we treat people this way because it's the right thing to do. You know? Yeah. Very justice oriented in that way.
So one thing we didn't talk about though is like, and this is so important for the Aquarius moon, like you have to give them space when they're upset.
Yes.
You know,
yes.
I think that's like the number one parenting tip.
Youngest, my one child who has the Aquarius moon, I've had to do a little like tap dancing at times because sometimes I will go in and she'll be like, don't talk to me. And I start walking away and she's like, come back here. And again, it's that I think part of it is emotions confuse us.
Yep.
And I've learned she doesn't necessarily want me to talk in those moments. She just wants me to be near. So it's like she wants the physical presence without communication. And damn, if it didn't take me a while to figure that out, because I was always very confused by what I was supposed to be doing. Because I would initially be like, okay, I'll respect you. She'd be like, go away, and say, okay, I hear you. I'll respect your need for space, but I'm right outside the door if you want me. And then I'd kind of go outside the door. Mom, come here. Okay, I'm going back in.
That's yes, but like you've learned, right? Like sometimes it's just proximity, not even communication, that helps through those big emotions.
Yeah.
Okay, so the Pisces moon child, their core need is gentleness, beauty, and spiritual language for what they feel. Who has a Pisces moon child out there? I want to know.
I know.
I feel like there are future mystics.
I was going to say special. Yeah. There's something special about that one.
Like they're tied in.
Yeah.
What you want to parent towards is creative expression, prayer, taking seriously what they sense in a room. So these are like the intuitive. Okay. If you have a Pisces moon child, there's probably some type of like psychic gift or intuition there. And that can be incredibly overwhelming if you don't know what that is. And if you don't know how to set up like emotional boundaries. So good to know. What you want to avoid is the logic only household. They don't harden under harshness. They totally disappear. They like wither and die.
Yeah, that makes sense.
God's design, mystics, intercessors, healers, they carry a nearness to the spiritual that the world needs.
Oh.
Yeah, they're like this conduit.
Yes. Yeah.
Oh my gosh, I love that.
I do too.
So that concludes the 12 signs. But like while we're on the topic, I think it would be really cool because one thing that you and I talked about was like teaching this to our children, showing them their uniqueness, and even having like an open dialogue of like, this says like when you get in trouble, that sometimes I've responded like this. This says I should be doing it that way. And like, what do you think about that? I think like that is even like a cool way to have this. Or like maybe they haven't always had the words to articulate to you what they need from you. So you're almost empowering them to be like, does this sound right?
Yeah, I just think it opens up such a beautiful dialogue and conversation that you probably would never have otherwise.
Yes, totally. So what do you guys think? Do you think that this will be the next parenting hack? Do you think you're going to have peace in your household now that you know your kids' moon signs? We're not totally there yet, you guys, but I'm going to tell you, like, it's improved things. I'm really, and if anything, it helps open up the line of communication to how we can nurture these relationships. Because part of this is like surviving kids when they're young, but I feel like the ultimate goal for all of us is to have these like really loving long-term adult bonds with our kids.
Absolutely.
And if we can help them and see them now when they're at their most volatile and they're most vulnerable and they're most emotionally unstable, that we can help parent them to their unique bends, and we can help see them and, nurture them and help them be the fullest expression of themselves, because then they will show up with more confidence, more love, and more goodness to bring to other people.
Absolutely. And before we go, I am going to share a little bit of homework for everybody out there that you actually taught me about. So Jaisa has done this before with people's birth charts, with the full birth chart. She plugs it into ChatGPT and then says, write a love letter to this person from God or the universe based on their birth chart. But we were teeing up for this very conversation. And so on Friday night when we went to dinner, I specifically took each of our moon signs and had ChatGPT do a love letter to each one of us based specifically on our moon signs. And it was so funny because my Virgo, of course, was like, I don't know if I believe in that. And I'm like, well, you don't have to believe in that. I just think it's kind of interesting. Do you want to hear what it spit out for you? And so I read it to her and she goes, oh, that's actually really accurate. I like that. I was like, yeah. But it was just a really fun, beautiful, it was a really cool exercise. And it honestly, it just kind of like warmed my heart and gave me a little bit of gratitude for each one of us and what we bring to the family dynamic. And it created this really nice, I don't know, conversation starter over a meal. So there you go. If you're looking for a way to incorporate
beautiful.
this.
I think that's beautiful. And you know what's funny is remember that book, How to Win Friends and Influence People?
Yeah.
It was like somebody's the way to someone's heart is to say the word that will be their favorite world in the entire universe. And that's that person's name. And I feel like a lot of times, like really seeing somebody and telling somebody about them is a really special way for people to be seen. And what a beautiful way to embrace that, Rach. I'm glad.
Yeah. And to show love to our kids, right? Yeah.
Yeah. And guys, we're going to have a astrology and AI course.
Yes. So you can do this and more using AI and your little computer just at your fingertips. I love it.
Peace.
All right. We love you guys.
See you next Wednesday.
Bye-bye.
Thanks for joining us for today's episode. If you're ready to take your spirituality to the next level, be sure to check out our website, spiritoutspoken.com. There you can download free educational resources, read our latest blog posts, and join the Spirit Outspoken community.
And don't forget to follow us on Instagram and TikTok at Spirit Outspoken to stay up to date on news, happenings, shenanigans, and all things Spirit Outspoken.